Good morning. Welcome back for the course Fluid Mechanics. In the previous class, we have just seen the complete course details, the course content, and also certain applications and the syllabus of the complete course, which is Fluid Mechanics. So, in this class, we'll just continue or we'll just start the first module. So, as I have briefly told about the syllabus of this particular course. So, the first module is fluids and their properties. So, in the first module, you have two parts. So, one is fluids and their properties, and the second part is fluids and its pressure measurements, fluid pressure and its measurements. So the first we'll just discuss about the first part of the module 1, that is fluids and their properties. So let us see what are the contents you're going to study in this first part. So you're going to study introduction to fluids and fluid mechanics, that is what is fluids and what is fluid mechanics. And later, as we have already discussed the syllabus, so the different system of units, and later what is the fluid, the concept of the fluid, and certain properties or characteristics of the fluids, which are mass density, specific weight, specific gravity. So the different properties. So you're going to study, and after that we are going to discuss about the fluid as incontinent, and after that the Newton's law of viscosity, both theory and the problems, and after that the vapor pressure, the compressibility and bulk models. So again the other properties of the fluids we are going to discuss. At the last we are going to discuss about the pressure inside a water droplet, soap bubble and liquid jet. And we're going to solve some of the problems on that. Pressure inside a water droplet, soap bubble and liquid jet. So let us see first the definition of what is the definition of the fluid. So as we all know a matter, so matter is in substance, which it is any substance which has a volume. Okay, so that is the definition of the matter. So the matter can be distinguished into three subgroups, that is solids, liquid, gases. So everyone have studied that one. So what is matter? And it is any substance which has a volume. Okay, so that matter can be subdivided into solids, liquid and gas. So the liquids and gas together will call it as a fluid. And here in the figure also you can see what is solid, liquid and gas. So the liquid and gas together will call it as a fluid. So where each, whether it may be solid, liquid or gas. So all the different classification of matter so differ in their molecular structure. You can see the molecular structure. Molecular structure is nothing but the three-dimensional picture of a molecules. So the arrangement of a molecules. So here in case of solid you can see all the molecules are closely packed. So in case of liquid, so there is a certain space between molecule to molecule. So whereas in case of gas, the space is it is large. So when compared to solids and liquid, so that is what the molecular structure of solid differ from liquid and differ from gas. So that's why what we usually assume the fluid as in continuum means, so we are going to assume to solve any of the fluid problems, we are going to assume fluid has a continuous structure. Okay, so we are going to assume the fluid has a continuous structure, so which is called a fluid continuum. So what finally we can say or we can define a fluid means. So fluid is nothing but it is a substance. It is a substance so which is a capable of, which has a capacity to flow. That is called a fluid. Or anything, any substance which has a capability of flowing is called a fluid. Or which deforms continuously under the action of shearing forces, so is called fluid. So fluid, it may be, for example, water. So if we pour a water on the floor, what happens? It will flow continuously, right? So that's why it is called fluid continuum, and also so which will deform continuously. It goes on, water will flow. So it deforms continuously under the action of shearing force. So that is called a fluid. So fluid means it is a substance which has a capacity to flow or which deforms continuously under the action of shearing forces. So let us see what is this difference between solid, liquid, and gases, because this is from the exam point of view, because sometimes they'll ask, so explain the difference or differentiate between solid, liquid, and gas. So here you can see we can differentiate solid, liquid, and gas based on different categories. So based on the or based on different parameter. So based on the arrangement of molecule. So the in case of solid, the arrangement is regular. In the figure you can see. In the previous slides you have seen the figure of the, or here also you can see the arrangement, the diagram. So the arrangement, that is nothing but the arrangement of molecules. Here in case of solid you can see it is regular. Okay, it is regularly arranged. It is not random. So whereas in case of liquids and gas, it is random. The arrangement of molecules is random and also irregular. So the next parameter is based on the movement of molecules. So in case of solid, as you see in the picture, as it is regularly arranged and closely packed, so there is no movement. There will be very little movement in case of solid. Okay, so the molecule movement is very less. So whereas in case of liquids, the molecular movement is so little compared to solids. There will be a little movement in case of liquids and compared to solids. Whereas in case of gases, so the movement will be in a random direction, and the movement will be quick movement, because so air, gas means it is a air molecules will be moving so randomly in a different directions, so with a very fast velocity. Okay, so that's why, so the movement of the molecules is also vary from solid, liquid, and to gas. So the one difference what you can write is the diagram, the molecular structure of the solid, liquid, and gas. And the next, based on the strength, solid has a strong bonding as the molecular arrangement is regular, and for a liquid it is weak bonding, and for gas, so it is very less bonding between the molecule to molecule, because the space from one molecule to another molecule is more when compared to solids and liquids. And the examples for solid is the rock, and liquid water, and gases it is air or water, paper. So and also here also you can see the differences. So solid will have a strong intermolecular force. So whereas a liquid will be having a weak, and gas will be having a very weak intermolecular force. And space, this intermolecular space, you can see that in the picture, in the previous picture also you have saw the space between the molecule to molecule will be very less for solid, so and large for liquid, and very large for gases. And also solid will be having definite shape and volume, whereas so liquid will be having, does not having any shape, but it will be having volume, because if you pour a water in a mug, in any of the a mug or a glass, so then what happens, the liquid will occur that particular shape. Okay, so sorry, volume. So which will be having volume, but it will be not having definite shape, because the liquid will be, if you pour a water or liquid in a glass, it will be in the shape of glass. If you pour water in a cup, then it will be in a shape of cup. So it doesn't has a definite shape. So similarly, gas will be having no volume and no shape because the air molecules or gas molecules will be moving randomly in a different directions. So, and coming to the density, solid will be having high density because so it has a strong intermolecular forces, and in case of liquid the density is low, and compared to gas it will be very low in case of gases. And also, so solid, as you know, solid it cannot be compressed, so liquid can be compressed, and whereas gas you can easily highly compress when compared to solids and liquids. So these are the other differences. So let us see what is fluid mechanics now. So here, so what is fluid mechanics first? So it is nothing but the branch of science which deals with the behavior of fluids in rest as well as in motion. So fluid mechanics is nothing but, so it is a branch of science. It is also one of the branch of science. So where so you're going to study the behavior of the fluids both in rest as well as in motion. So when the water is in stationary, so what is the behavior, or when it is in motion, what is the behavior? That is what the fluid mechanics. And this fluid mechanics can be classified into three branches as you see here. So it is fluid statistics, fluid kinematics, and fluid dynamics. So what is fluid statistics, what is fluid kinematics, and what is fluid dynamics mean? So fluid statistics is nothing but the study of fluids at rest. So statistics means rest, whereas fluid kinematics means it is the study of fluids in motion. So where you're not going to consider what are the pressure forces, so which are responsible for that motion. So whereas fluid dynamics, so it is the study of fluids in motion, but where you're going to consider the pressure forces which are responsible for that motion. So that is called fluid dynamics. So if we consider the pressure force, so then it is called dynamics. If the forces are not considered, that is kinematics. So coming to the applications, as I have said in the previous uh, video itself, like the application of the fluid mechanics, you can see in in all the branches of engineering and also science. So as you say in medical, civil, mechanical, aerospace, biology, material science, chemistry, medicine, everywhere you can see the applications of this particular course. So these are certain